Hello and welcome back to another Infinite Win video. This week is a tips and tricks follow-up. Do my tips actually work? So this is my save file. This is my team. First up, we have our quarterback, Kyle Kalu, the rookie. We have Jerry Garrett, amazing speed. Colton Hedlund, amazing catching and speed. Reggie Moss, both. Tackling strength, Connor Larson. Jacoby Riley. We also have PJ Ramsey, Tanner Rush, Jeremy Sue, and then it repeats. Kyle Kalu is a guy that I just picked up. He's like the rookie, I guess, in my new draft. And 101 coaching credits. So, I got all this by the tips that I implemented. You see, we have 11 retro bowls, and then I switched teams. Also, I use custom teams, so I use Scorpions. I switched to Seattle with a custom NFL roster thing. So let's play a quick game. We're going to play on Xtreme, which I always do, and then play on 1 minute quarters. And then I'll talk a little bit more about the tips and tricks and everything that I use. So, playing on Xtreme. I never play on Xtreme. If you watch any of my videos, you obviously know that we do not play on Xtreme. But in the beginning, I did not play on Xtreme either. But for the first 3 years, I did not make it to the Retro Bowl. That was until I started implementing my tricks that I use. So one thing I recommend, and I probably said in my tips and tricks video, was to make sure you're using free agents. Free agents are really good because they're not necessarily old, but they're also really good talent that you might not get in the draft. But on the other hand, you need coaching credits. So what I recommend doing is make sure whenever you have the option to choose fans, make sure you always choose that over getting like 2 coaching credits that you would meeting with your owner. Because in the long run, for every game you play, if you have your fans bar maxed all the way out, or even just a little bit, I don't know the percentage, but make sure all 3 bars are filled, you'll get 3 coaching credits a game. And if you play twice a game, 2 games, that's 6 coaching credits right there. And obviously, if you can put them on 1 minute quarters and just play for an hour and get a good quarterback out of the free agents. That's one good thing that you can probably do. Another thing that I recommend doing is finding players in the draft and trading out old players. Not necessarily old players, but just players that you have already that have good draft potential, maybe like 2nd round, 3rd round, even 3rd round. I found some good success in the 3rd round too. So finding players like that and then trading them out to get more picks is always a good option. And sometimes, not all the time, teams will offer you players. Now, I don't think I'd go for the trade piece per se, but if they're offering you players, sometimes it's good to go from, sometimes not. So if it's a decent player and that you don't have that position, then I would say yeah. Because then if it's like a 3rd round player, you can trade him out and get a 3rd round player, and it will in fact impact you because you've been playing without a running back already. That's one thing that I recommend doing. So making sure that you have those trade pieces and then using that free agent, you obviously have better chance of getting the best team in Retro Bowl. And that's how I got my 5-star offense and my 4.5-star defense. The reason it's 4.5-star, like I said earlier, is that I traded out my old player. And, I don't know, I like, let's go for a rookie quarterback. He's only 3-star. And that's as far as he'll go. But also one thing I want to mention is that I didn't get to the Retro Bowl for my first 3 years. So don't rush it. Make sure you're taking time. It might take a little bit of time before you even start. If you play a lot of games and then get your fans maxed out and you play through a whole season, then you'll have tons of coaching credits. Like on this save file, I have 101 coaching credits, and I can use that to update all my stuff, and that is a good way to get coaching credits. You have 104 right here. And I always just choose to boost morale, even if it costs a little coaching credits, because I obviously have some to spare. But that is how I got my team. My 5-star defense and my 4.5-star offense. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like. Let me know if these tips work for you down below. And if you haven't already, make sure you go ahead and subscribe. And if you comment down below, you'll be in my next video, my gameplay video. And without further ado, peace out.